Hey everyone, just wanted to let y'all know that my physical copy of my graphic novel is now available to purchase on Amazon. There's also the ebook form, but it's finally done. I'm excited. Finally got the physical copy ready to go. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave the links down in the descriptions, alright? Other than that, I hope you enjoy the video. Bye. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wicked Art. It's Wicked here, and today I thought I'd throw in a little tutorial. I got time for maybe one video, maybe two this week. But I figure we just do something fun and simple, because again, I don't have a lot of time. I'm working on these comic books, so just thought we'd draw something simple today. We're going to draw Sonic the Hedgehog. I haven't drawn him in a while, so I figure we'd draw him up. So the first thing I'm going to start with is we're going to start with a circle. And we're just going to sketch that in. Now see how I'm staying nice and loose. And we get that circle right in there. Okay. Something else I can go ahead and do is we can kind of start drawing the hair coming off the head. And it's good to kind of, have these bases set up just so that you can get your shapes the way that you want them. So I'm going to kind of draw that out that way. We have my head here. So I want that kind of a back spike right here. Okay. And then I can just kind of work my way out from there. I can bring out another hair spike, and we'll just draw that down that way, like that. And then I can take this and just adjust the spike from there. And of course I can just erase out that line. And then now that I have my head set up and I have kind of a start to my shoulder, I can kind of start drawing the body. Just kind of like a simple oval shape. So I can just have that in place. Okay. I could start building up like where I want the fingers. So I'm just going to kind of put his hands on his hips. Just a basic pose. Nothing too fancy. And we can just kind of put that in there. And then we can come out with another finger. So as you see, I got a thumb, got an index finger, and now I can run another finger down right here, like that. And then we'll put one more right here off the edge. Okay. Now I'm gonna have the glove in here, but we want that fold part to kind of touch the thumb right in here. And then I can come a little bit past the knuckle here, and we can draw the rest of the glove right inside of there. Okay, so again, I'm just kind of breaking everything down by shapes. Okay, and then I can kind of bend the arm back this way. Let's run it right off. Let's kind of round the belly a little bit more. And then we'll run that off that way. And you have something like that. And then you just want like the slightest bit of separation right here just so we can see the arms wrapping around. Okay. And I can come over here to this side. Like right here where we're kind of running off is where we're going to start our shoulder. So Sonic's arms aren't like defined because he's more cartoony. So we're just going to kind of bring a rounded top to the shoulder here. And then just notice I'm getting wider as I come down. Okay. And then we can just kind of build the shape of the glove. We can just kind of do the top shape here. And we could put like another fold in here. And we're going to erase some stuff out too, just building up with the shapes first. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to kind of give them a closed fist just because I'm being lazy and don't feel like separating all the fingers at this point in time. Again, just trying to keep things simple so that I can get back to work as well too. So like I said, when I'm done with the comic I'm working on, I will gladly start cranking out more tutorials. But at the current moment in time, I'm a little swamped at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of curve in the body and then bring it back out this way. So I got this kind of turn right here. And then right inside of here, I can put his tail coming off his body. Okay. And then we can kind of have like a little gap here for the leg and just have that go down. And then I can kind of run this in front this way because we're going to have the other legs on the other side of the body. It's kind of being blocked. So we can kind of just run that down like that. Just like that. Okay, so about right here, we're going to do our socks. Again, I'm just building the shapes. We can erase out what we don't need later. And that's why you need to make sure that you're sketching light. You press down too hard, you make a mistake, it's not going to erase very well. So you want to make sure that you're nice and light when you're putting on that way. So that's going to be our sock for that there. And then I can just kind of draw in a basic shoe shape. Like this. Make it a little bit more pointed. Like that. So you can get a nice shape like that there. And then when you come down, we can get the edge of the shoe right down in there. And we'll come back in and add the other details in the shoe. But I want to go ahead and let's do our other sock on this side. This way. And again, we can kind of come out a little bit more. And we'll run the sock down. We'll have that in front there. Okay, and then I'm going to come out this way with my shoe. Actually, let's turn it sideways a little bit. Change the pose up. So let's run that shoe down and come back with it. Again, I can get the edge of the shoe right here, like that, okay? So now we have a basic foundation. Now that I'm looking at the foot, let's come back this way and kind of straighten it out some. So I don't want it pointed down too much. Okay, so let's change the sock shape. Like that. And we'll bring our shoe in that way. Alright, so again, we have our basic foundation, so now we can start adding in more details. So here on the face, right, Sonic has the area where we come up to the nose. So we're just going to kind of add that curve in there. And then I'm going to swing that back around. And we're going to curve that up. And we're almost going to draw kind of like a smiley face, but like right here is where I'm going to start rounding back up. And now I have my shape. So now let's come in here and let's draw a nose. Now I'm just going to bring that just a little bit above the edge of that mouth. Okay, so now I have that in place. And then we're going to work on our eyes. All right, so I'm going to start right here, like see where we're going to kind of raise this up just a little bit. I'm going to make it kind of like a little roundness right here. Okay, now I'm going to start right here from the center, and I'm going to kind of curve a line here. That's going to be the center point for our kind of brow region. And then I can just simply round this way and round that down right into the face, just like that. Okay, and I can come back to this side over here, and we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to go high arch, and we're going to run that right off the tip of the nose. Okay, so you can see how we're starting to build the face out. Now we want to kind of give some depth, so we're going to kind of bring the eyebrow out this way and round that. Okay, and then from there we just kind of come off the head, but we need to put an ear in here. So let's come right here where we're connecting at. All right, we're going to move slightly over and just draw an ear. Now it's facing away from us, so we're not going to see inside of it. Okay, now I can simply just erase out. My circle right there. Okay, I can also come to this point here, and we can add a little roundness in there and give him his other eye shape. All right, now I want to come in here to get my other ear. So what I want to do is have it kind of touch this intersection right here. So I'm just going to simply go up this way and then go out at an angle like that. And then I can just put this arch in here. And connect that way. All right. Now one more thing I want to do, because we want to still kind of define the head like these are going behind. We're going to come out here to this part of the head, and we're going to draw a little line right here just to kind of show our head shape going back. All right. Now, obviously he's going to need some eyes. So we're just going to do the old school, really long, thin, ovular shape. Okay. We're going to put a little reflection glare right there in his eye. And then, again, just kind of stretch down. And we can color that pupil in. Nice and solid. Okay. And then we're going to see a little bit of it right over here in the corner. Okay. And again, I can just have the pupil come down, and we're not going to see that reflection on this side. So I'm just going to fill that in like that. All right. So let's give him a facial expression. We're just going to kind of run them out this way and give him a smirk. So let's kind of curve it, make it look like a smirk. We're going to kind of curve it this way, almost like making a hook on the face. Okay. And then what I can do here is now I can start making some adjustments to things if it's not looking right. So like right in here, I'm probably going to come down and we're going to round this out that way a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to follow that through, and we're just going to erase that out. Again, take that arm back, just like that. Okay, and now we need that that belly. So let's kind of draw that out this way. Just like that. Now we can finally connect right back in here. Okay, so now we have our basic Sonic structure. We need to put the bands on the shoe. Okay, and this time we can kind of elevate a little bit just so that it looks like a strap. And we'll take that down. Alright, and we're going to draw another strap right here. Again, we're going to kind of elevate it a little and bring that down this way. Okay. So now that I have everything in place, now I can start detailing the image up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refine my line work and just simply go over it. If you have little pieces that are from your sketch lines left, you can kind of erase those out. But what I'm going to do is, because this leg is kind of being covered, I'm going to kind of come in here and add a little bit of shadow. That way there's some depth being given there. Same thing here. Let's just refine our line work, and then as we come down right in here, we can kind of go back. And again, we don't need all the line work in there to kind of simulate the fold. We can just have a little bit, so I can erase that out. And again, as I refine it, I can erase out any of the sketchy stuff that's on there. Now again, got a little bit of a leg cover here with the sock, so I'm just going to kind of darken that area like that, as well as the back side of the leg. And we can put a little bit of hatch work in there as it comes down, just again to help show the shadow a little bit, just bring it to life a little bit more. Then right in here where my line kind of crosses, just anything that's kind of being folded over, I can bring that and darken that. And since this is kind of being covered by the other foot, I can kind of darken that up too. Okay, and again, I'm just going to go through and refine my lines by just tracing back over them and then erasing out any of that. Again, just clean up anything in there that's not needed. Now again, I do have kind of a fold over here, so I'm going to kind of darken that up down there at the corner. Again, we'll just refine our line work. Just like that. Again, right here, we have our kind of fold over, like this is covering the shoe. So I'm just going to kind of darken that a little bit and just curve it down into the shoe so it looks like that. So see how it's kind of making it pop a little bit more. So same thing here where this fold is on the sock. Just kind of thicken that a little bit on the line work. And then just kind of round that out with refinement. You can see I'm just kind of working my way up. So now I want to do the same thing on the shoe. We're going to come in here and just kind of refine our line work. And then notice how I'm curving up into where it's folded over onto the shoe. Again, just kind of thickening up this bottom line right here. And then we'll pull it back that way. And then I want to do the same thing. I just want to kind of refine my line work and bring it back. Again, go through, erase out any of your sketchy lines so it looks nice and clean when you're done. Like that. And you can see how by putting the refinement on there, we're increasing the clarity of the picture, making it stand out more. Again, I got this little fold down here, so I'm just going to curve that down in there. Kind of fill that in so you can see how it's giving it just a little bit more character and making it stand out more. So again, we have a fold right here. So I'm just going to roll that up into there and just kind of thicken that up. Just like that. Okay. And then again with our sock, we don't have to have everything. So I'm going to go here and then just kind of bring that back into a little triangle shape like that. And we'll just erase that to a point so we have some separation. Oops, broke my pencil. Okay, and you can draw this with a normal pencil. It doesn't have to be a mechanical one. I just prefer it because the lines are a lot easier to work with thinner set. Okay, and now let's bring this sock out some more. Okay, and we're going to round that back. Now that that's all refined, I can just go in here again, clean up those sketches. Okay, so let's bring the leg down, refine that. We're just gonna erase our sketchy lines out of there. Okay, we're gonna have a little bit right here on the leg, and then again, I want that little bit of an overlap shadow, and I'm gonna add this little kind of Y shape in there on the thumb. Again, just refining my line work. And then clean it up. So it's okay to be nice and loose and sketchy at first, and then go in and clean up what you got. So now again, I have this kind of a fold over. So I'm going to kind of run that back, and we're going to go down to the palm of the hand right here. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did with the socks. Okay, so I'm going to use this edge here, and I'm going to kind of take this back this way, and I'm going to disconnect my line work here. Now let's just add an extra crease right here, like that. We'll come on this back side and we'll still touch, and we'll keep that straight. So I'm going to erase this little bit that's right there. Then we're going to turn this around, and again I'm just refining everything and cleaning up the sketch work on there. Okay, now for the arm, again we're going to refine that up and just go straight down with it. So I just kind of trace back over it, darkening the lines. I'm going to clean up that sketchiness and put that right in there. Okay. And then I'm going to come up here to the body and just refine that as well. Again, clean up any of the sketchiness so it's nice and clean. Now, you can tell the tail's in the back, right? So we don't want, like, we can refine it first, like this. But then we want that same deal. We want to have that kind of curved out thickness right there just to kind of show that it's in the back. And then I can add a few dark hatch lines on there too, again, just to kind of show some depth in there. So let's come in here to the belly and we'll darken that. Again, clean up any sketchiness so that your lines are nice and clean. Alright. Now, going to come down here to the fingers. And let's just refine our thumb. Now, after we clean that up, the thumb is touching the body, right? So what we can do is we can add a tiny bit of thickness and shadow on there. Again, just to show that it's resting up against there. And then we have our finger here. And we're just going to refine that. Okay. Again, I have another finger down here. So we're just going to refine and refine. And again, once you're done refining, clean up the sketchiness. So in case you wanted to color this, or add whatever other little details you want to add in there, you have the space to do so. Now in here it's a little bit trickier just because it's a tiny spot, but we do want to thicken that up again to show some shadow from the fold from the glove. And we're going to draw that around. And then clean that up. Again, I'm going to refine right in here. I'm going to get the belly too. And we're just going to clean it up. Right inside of there. Now I am going to put a little bit, not a large, but a little bit of a shadow curve on the glove right here. And again back here where it goes behind the body, I'm going to put a little bit of a thicker line of shadow work in there too. Again, just so it stands out a little bit. Okay. Now, with the head here, we have it kind of leaning over the body. So we're going to kind of thicken up the bottom part for a shadow. Again, I can clean up around the face. Just so that it's nice and clean. Okay, and then I can come around the nose. Now we're going to fill this nose in just because it's black. Now if you want to color it, then don't do this part if you want to color that in. But we're going to put a tiny reflection right there on the nose. And then I am simply going to take it, fill that in nice and dark. Just like that. Okay? Then we just continue around. I'm going to take this and we're going to refine. Again, because we're still kind of going under the head here, I'm going to add a little bit of some thickness there just to show the separation. Okay, and then I'm going to come around and refine my face. Again, erasing out any sketchy lines that I might have. So you can see how he's starting to pop a little bit. He's starting to stand out. I think we forgot to refine that side of the leg. Okay. So again, I'm just going to come in here. Let's refine everything else. Okay. Now, when I get done, I'm going to do a step that you don't have to do, but it's just something that I like to do because I like to make my characters that I draw in my sketchbook anyway kind of stick out on the page, so when people turn to the page, it really pops and catches their eye. But that's where I go around and kind of thicken up the edges. So you don't have to do that part if you don't want to. But again, it's just a personal choice on my part. Okay, so we're going to clean out that sketchiness there. You can see our Sonic is starting to come to life a little bit. Again, I'm just going to kind of retrace over what I've done. Make nice solid lines. Okay, and I can go around and clean up that sketchiness so that it's nice and clean. All right. Now, we do have some shadow here from the arm, so we're just going to kind of thicken that up just a little bit right there. Again, just to give us some depth. Make sure you clean out any sketchiness that you have. Now this part, we're going to do the same way. Just because it's the bottom and it's being covered by the other one, it'll add just a little bit of extra depth. Same thing here. You'll just kind of round that off. Just like that. And again, it just allows for it to show a little bit of a fold over. And it gives just the tiniest bit of depth. Okay, so I'm going to come in here. We're going to refine our ear. Once that's refined, clean it up. Okay. Now we have this ear up here. So let's go ahead and refine that. Now, of course, you know what I'm going to say. It is behind that portion of the head, right? So we can add a little bit of depth to it. And curving that up. Now again, this next part you don't have to do. It's just what I like to do. I like to make my pictures pop off the page. So if you're new to the channel, I'm going to explain why I do this. If you're not new to the channel, you know why I do this. Like I said, it just gives it a nice thick line and makes the character stand out way more. Again, on paper, like if you're using a digital program or something, these thick lines aren't 100% necessary. But I take the negative space, so that means all the outside space. Alright, so like even in here, in between the legs, I just thicken that line up. Just so that it stands out more. And it'll really make the image pop more. So again, it's not something you have to do. It's just something that I choose to do. But while I'm going around doing that, and again, I am just thickening the line around the edge. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, you know, what I like to do is really get involved with you, the viewer. I want you to tell me what you want me to draw next. Um, so please leave a comment. Those help the most as far as guiding me as to what to give you or what you want to see. So please feel free to leave a comment. I always respond and make sure that I interact with all of you. And obviously, subscribing really helps, and watching the videos is what helps the most, because views and comments are really what are going to help this channel grow. Now, I'm doing this just for a hobby purpose. I mean, if I only have 100 subscribers, and guess what? I only have 100 subscribers. It's whatever. I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. Because I'm here for you. That's what this whole point of this channel is. It is for you, the viewer, and what kind of things you want to learn how to draw. And that's why I always ask, please comment. Please comment. Let me know what you want to see me draw next. If there's a certain skill that you're wanting to know how to do, something with shading. And I also have plenty of videos on the channel. If you go back and look and you see a video and you're like, oh, hey, could you update this and show me what you do today to fix whatever? I'm happy to make these videos on things. So please, like I said, leave me a comment. Let me know how I'm doing and what it is that you want to see on this channel. And to everybody who is subscribed and has been subscribed since the beginning, know that you are very much appreciated. Like I said, I used to be an art teacher, and I love having students, and I consider everybody on this channel who watches and participates to be a student. And I am willing, I'm just going to kind of like meet in the middle up here, but I am willing to teach and give as much as my knowledge as I possibly can within the limits of my skills and abilities. Okay. Now what I also want to do here, I want to kind of add into that fold going behind the eye right there. Yeah, so I'm just going to finish this up. Again, just kind of thickening up the line, not too much, just, making it a little bit thicker. So that sticks out. So again, I am working on 2 comic books at one time right now, and that's why I haven't been able to put out too much. Once I finish, I'm almost done with one of them, so that'll give me a bunch of time to come back out with more tutorial videos. So just bear with me at the moment. I am doing my best trying to balance everything. And obviously I got to take care of the thing that needs to get done first. That's an actual job. So, but yeah, other than that, thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you haven't already and you're new to the channel, you like what you saw, please consider subscribing, as it'd be a big help. But what is an even bigger help is leaving a comment, liking, and watching the video is the biggest thing. Let me know what you think. Did you learn anything? Did you have fun? Do you have any other ideas of things you'd like to see me draw? Please let me know down in the comments. Other than that, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And remember to keep on sketching. And I'll see you in the next one, alright? Bye.